audience.
Good afternoon. My speech today will be on a children's book of my choosing, which I've chosen James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was an author that is renowned for several surrealist cult classic books, specifically targeted for children, which he did not consider himself a children's artist. But he was born in Wales in 1916 and shortly moved to Kent, England, in which he would have a struggle of a childhood. According to Hathcock's, Dahl started his writing career in 1942, in which he published a fictional depiction of a plane crash he endured whenever he was enrolled in the Royal Air Force. In 1953, he would have 5 children, in which he would write several short stories for his children, and that would kind of kick off his career writing books for children. He would have several successes, but his main success would come in 1964 with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In 1990, he passed away at the age 74. But before Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he came out with James and the Giant Peach in 1961. It explores themes of courage and dealing with loss, friendship and overcoming tumultuous adversity, etc. It would center James Henry Trotter, a boy who lived with his parents by the sea. His parents would go out with him on a shopping trip one day, and they would get eaten by a rhinoceros that had escaped. So he would then go to live with his cruel 2 aunts, both named Spiker and Sponge, accordingly. They verbally, physically, mentally, etc. abused him. They would task him with doing several accounts of labor, all sorts of things. One day, after 3 years had passed, he would come across a man who tried to give him magic crystals. He was told the magic crystals would give him all his life's desires, make his life better, alter it. He took the crystals, tripped. Crystals would burrow into a peach tree and grow one singular peach. That peach would then grow to the size of a house. Spiker and Sponge, his aunts, would then use the peach for profit, bring in tourists, and at night, James would have to clean the peach, tend to it, make sure it was unaltered, etc. He would go out, discover a hole in the peach, crawl into the hole, and upon crawling into the hole, he would discover several large insectoid creatures. They would be named centipede, Miss Spider, silkworm, earthworm, glowworm, ladybug, and old green grasshopper, accordingly, as they would match what species they would be. These bugs would befriend James, and they would help him the next day to cut off the stem of the peach. It would then roll off the hill, crush his aunts, and then go crashing into the sea. They would float upon the sea for a while until sharks started to circle the peach, and they were hungry, so they obviously had to find a way to escape. So they used silk from Miss Spider and Silkworm to throw threads up to several seagulls surrounding them and parachute their way across the sky, in which they would encounter cloudmen, which were responsible for several accounts of weather phenomena. And then they would come across New York, and a plane would bypass them, and it would sever the threads, which would cause them to land onto the Empire State Building and cause mass panic in the city. And they would then calm the panic by telling James a story, and the end. They would live happily ever after by eating the peach and living in the peach pit.